Hello everybody. Today we're going to be looking at a little indie game that is one of my favorites. It's called Unreal World. Has nothing to do with the Unreal series. It's something else. This is actually a survival RPG, and it's pretty interesting. It's one that I come back to every so often. I think I've owned this about 4 years, and it's always being added to. It's one of these games where the developer just keeps adding to it, and if you buy it, if you buy a lifetime license to it, then you get all future updates for free. It's not all that expensive. You can see information on the screen, the website down here at the bottom, and you can go and I highly encourage you to buy it if you're into survival games. And it's very much a survival game. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little playthrough of it. I'm going to basically create a character and we'll see if we can survive. I like to do custom because that's always a little more interesting. Okay. Argon. Argon works. It's actually more of a Danish name, I suppose, Argon. If you had the little O with a slash through it. I'm not Danish, so I don't really know anything about it. But anyway, right. The cultures. These are very interesting. There's a lot of, obviously, there's 10 cultures. Each one's a little bit different. It kind of depends on the kind of character you want to play. I prefer to hunt. I like hunting, so I'm going to go with the Kamalainen, who are basically forest hunters. I've always kind of liked forests, so they fit me pretty well. I think they're also kind of one of the easiest cultures to play, just because they've got some really good skills and starting stats. But anyway, we're going to go with spring because that's generally the best time. Although, you know, the spring can be a little bit of a challenge because it starts you out really early in spring. But we'll see. Usually, if you want lots of free food, it's usually easier to start in summer or autumn because there's all kinds of stuff growing out in the woods. But anyway, this will be good. Cultural background. Let's see. That looks fine, so we'll go ahead with that. Ooh, xenophobia. Fear of canines. That might be a problem, but it'll make things interesting. So I've got some basic rituals to start with, which is good. You start with some rituals. They're based on your culture, and the cultures are all based on Iron Age Finnish cultures. So it's fairly. You could tell there's been some research done here. I mean, the game is based on actual Finnish culture, which is really kind of cool. But anyway, that's good. Starting skills, these are important, obviously. I like to go with spear because spear is a good weapon. It's in just about any medieval game. Spears are pretty good because they're quick and they've got good range on them and they're versatile. Another good thing probably be tracking for hunting. Fishing is almost always useful, although if you have to depend on fishing for survival and you don't really have any good fishing equipment, it can be tricky, but it's better to have fishing skill if it comes down to it. I always like to have fishing anyway. Let's see. I've already got some pretty good skills here. I might want to do some foraging, but at the beginning of the game, that's not going to be possible really, because nothing will have really grown yet. So I'm going to avoid that for now. Bow's a good skill, but you can train that up. I mean, you could train up any skill really. Some of the skills are easier to train than others. Swimming basically keeps you from drowning, although using a boat is probably the smarter option if you have to go across the water. Trapping is good. Yeah, I like trapping. Alright, so we'll go with that. Go with that. Now, it generates a random map for each character, which is pretty cool, because you never know what you're going to get. Let's see, cultures, and these are the different cultures that populate the Unreal world. As you can see, there's a lot of space that's just uninhabited, or actually you'll find occasionally scattered tribes of just random people out in the wilderness that don't necessarily belong to any of the established cultures. So that could be kind of interesting. It is good to have some cities. The yellow and black, the yellow dots and black lines and stuff there, that indicates that there's some cities in that area. That's probably an area where there's going to be a lot of people. That's good for trading, if it comes to that, which it might. I mean, sometimes it kind of depends on how you play, as to whether you want to be a hermit or if you want to just kind of travel around. Or I think I've decided what I want to do is I want to have a kind of a challenging game here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out in the middle of that big purple blob in the southeast. That's Nirpes. The Nirpes are based on the Mongols to some degree. They're basically invading the entire continent here, and they're hostile, basically hostile on sight. Although in some earlier versions you could actually trade with them, it was kind of strange. But anyway, they have villages and things there, but they're mostly warriors, and they will try to enslave people. So I'm basically just re-randomizing my start location right now, trying to get one in the middle of Nirpes territory, because that will be a very challenging place to start. I don't expect this playthrough to last very long. I'm probably going to die early on, but it'll be interesting. I've been playing this game a while, so I know basically how to survive. So I think I've got a good shot at it. It's definitely going to be interesting to see if I can actually survive there. I wonder if it is even possible to start in that area. Alright. I think I'll start there. We're not exactly in Nirpes territory, but we're not too far from it either. Looks like we're mostly in the Remy territory, which should be interesting. Alright, let's go. We'll start with that. Seems good enough. Hang on, let me check out the Drick. I want to see what they've got over here. Oh yeah, that's the ones where the Drick are on an island. Or at least half of them are. Okay, here we go. Alright, now, the runaway slave start is going to be one of the more challenging ones. I wouldn't say it's the most challenging. Runaway slave probably isn't the most challenging, but it's fairly challenging because you start out in the beginning with very little and you're pretty much surrounded by enemies. There's basically a choice that you can make in the beginning. You can either run away, which is probably the smart thing to do, and then just try to survive in the wilderness, or you can try to kill one of the Nirpes that's going to be trying to kill you and take his stuff. And if you can manage to do that, you'll actually get some good stuff to start with, but it's not easy. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that, because it's going to be challenging. You have few memories of your parents, your home, and your life as a free, happy youngster. Then there are memories of a sudden attack, terror, and burning houses. Memories of Nirpez warriors dragging you away, with a few crying wives and other young men barely alive, through the forest. You were taken far away, and from there on you could neither hear nor see people of your own. You grew up as a slave. On your rare spare time, you secretly took care of ways, skills, and language of your own. Someday you swore you would escape and return home. A change came upon you as the Nirpez village you were brought to started to talk about a looting expedition at an area that had lived at peace for years. Your late home area. Few slaves, including you, were also taken to take part in the expedition. You traveled first with a large party, but as soon as you were no longer on Nirpez territory, you separated into smaller groups. Once, as your party had encamped, you were sent nearby to gather some firewood with a young guard. At that point, you decided to take action. You attacked a young Nirpez, bare-handed, and managed to knock him down and quickly grabbed his weapon from him and stabbed him dead. You started to run away aimlessly through the forest, but soon ended up in the middle of another Nirpez camp. Was your escape going to end like this? No, you were desperate, and if you were ever going to get free, it would be now. So I don't have much in this case. I'll just have to manage. Select a scenario, yes. Here we go. And I'm not going to have any kind of game course. We're just going to go open world with this. And interesting things will happen. Here we go. And I already know all this stuff. But if you decide to play this game, it would be wise to read the documentation. Basically, the goal is you got to get away before they could shoot you dead. Oh, looks like there aren't very many here. Alright. I think I'm going to try to go for taking cover behind that tent. It's a tent there. Where are they? Uh-oh. Crap. Run. Use the rock for cover. Okay. So the ground is at different heights here, too. Got one behind me. Oh, crap. Ah, damn it. Okay, the trees will provide cover. Okay, I made it to the trees. Well, that increases my chances of survival. Gotta check my wounds. Serious puncture in thorax. Okay. Thing. So, what's that? Eggs. Some eggs. I may have actually escaped that at camp. Yeah, it looks like it looks like I did. So I made it. Let's get some distance over here by the water. Alright, well, I'm not bleeding, but I am pretty badly injured. I took a nasty arrow shot in the chest, or in the back, because it hit me from behind. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't have the arrow. It probably broke. Alright, let's treat this. Clean it. Well. Alright. Well, yeah, you can clean stuff without herbs, obviously, but the herbs definitely help. Let me see. Oops, that's not it. What was the... Hang on. Okay, F4. Yeah. Now, I'm not actually bleeding, so this is probably not going to get me that much, but I think I need all the help I can get. Okay, we're gonna have to make some bandages. I'll make one bandage. Basically just making it out of my shirt, which is pretty much took most of the shirt, but it you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So we'll bandage that wound. There. Okay. Alright, it's been fully treated. It's the best I can do for it. Hopefully I'll manage. Now, that's my map. There's not much to it because I haven't explored very much yet. But we know that there's some Koivula villages nearby. I don't have any food. Right now I'm on the overview map, the world map. But if you zoom in, you get a better idea what the area actually looks like. And this is the area. Now you can actually travel around on the world through this screen, but it just takes longer. So we've got to do a few things. If I'm going to survive, I need to find food, and chances are those Nirpes aren't going to just give up. They're going to keep looking for me. This looks like a river here. I don't see any rapids. Rapids would be really nice. Rapids are a great place to fish. But anyway, this river will do just fine. At least for now. So what I want to do... Let's see if I can find... Yeah, here we go. I'm going to set up a little shelter here. Oops. First I need branches. Spruce branches are always better, so I'm going to grab those. Let's see. I'm going to cut this tree down, which I'm basically doing with a knife. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer because of that. Grab that trunk. Let's see, what do I need to make a shelter? I like to put my shelters right next to the water, because water can be useful. Oh, I need three trunks. Okay, to make a shelter. So we'll grab 2 more of those, haul them over here, build a shelter. Oh, I have to drop them on the ground. And let's see. Okay, we have to drop twigs, build a shelter. There we go. The shelter is good for basically you need a shelter to sleep if it starts to rain and stuff. And the reason it's taking so long is because I'm using a knife. It's the only thing I have. Now, there's one more thing we need if we're gonna do fishing, because I don't have any tools to fish with. So I'm gonna build a fire here. Oh wait, I need more. Drink some water. Let's see, I'm gonna carve this log, or this tree trunk, into a staff. Now I could probably fish with the staff. I could just whack fish, but it's very inefficient and it really wouldn't work very well. So what I'm gonna do, I'll just grab some more branches here. Just keep grabbing branches, pick them up. It's nighttime now. Drop those there. I'm not that tired, so I can stay up here. Let's build a fire. And we're going to make we're going to make a weapon. A javelin. Now, a javelin is basically just a stick with a sharpened point. And you use fire to harden the head of the stick, the pointy part. It makes it stronger. It's a very primitive weapon, but it's also one of the more effective of the primitive weapons. Probably the most effective primitive weapon, because it's good for throwing as well as for just stabbing, and you can use it for fishing. It's basically just fishing in the river with a sharpened stick, and I'm exhausted, so I need to sleep. Now, something rustled. Now, you probably noticed I'm starving. I've basically been, at this point, I've been 1 day without food, which isn't really that bad, but it is something I'm going to have to deal with. So we'll start fishing with my newly made javelin. Hopefully I can catch some fish. Hopefully. I don't really have any... Hunting incantations don't work for fishing, I don't think. I'm going to check my wound here. Yeah, it's not doing so well. But we'll just have to keep fishing. Hopefully we'll get lucky. I think I'll heal slower while I'm starving too, so it's not good. We pretty much spend the entire day fishing. Now if I wake up early enough in the morning, I could try to hunt. But I'm going with fishing right now, which may not be a good idea. I may be making a mistake. Oh, just as I said that, look what I got. I got a burbot. It's a 3-pound fish. It's not huge, but it's food. Let's grab some firewood. Yeah. Oops. Let's not do that. Cut branches. What might actually be more efficient is, let's see, find a small tree that I can cut down with my knife. These young spruces are generally pretty useful. Grab a slender tree trunk, drop it on my firewood pile, and just light that. Now I can cook that fish. And apparently there's more you can do with fish, but you have to have more stuff. There's things like pots and bowls and things that you can use for cooking, but if you don't have any of those, right now we're just basically focusing on the bare necessities of food. I'm going to see if I can do a little fishing while that's cooking. Oop, oh, I thought that meant my fish was done. Nope, keep fishing. So I'm going to see if I can catch anything while I'm waiting for that to cook. I don't want to leave it too long, or it will actually burn. Okay, and there it's done. I'll eat my fish. Yummy. Alright, drink some water. Late evening. I gotta just see if I could sleep here. Something moved. Get on my feet. Eat the fish. Good. Well, that's the fish. It's early enough. I think I can use my hunting incantation. These are interesting. The rituals are actually based on I believe they're based on actual Finnish mythology. So I'm going to try doing some hunting today. So let's see, with the hunting ritual, that supposedly increases your chance of finding something. I'm going to do a little, not hide working. I'm going to look for some tracks. Now, you can see my map is a little bit more filled out. That yellow square is the camp. That's the Nerpez camp. So we want to be sure we don't get too close to that, because they're going to be searching in that area. In fact, they may even come all the way out here looking for me, which is why this little shelter that I built is just going to be temporary. We don't want to stick around here for too long. Let's take a look at my skills here. So I've got good tracking skills, 90%, which means I'm really good at hunting. And my fishing skills 42%, so I can use fishing as a fallback. As for which one is actually more effective, it depends. Fishing can be more effective. It just depends. It depends on the area that you're in. If there's a lot of game in the area, then hunting obviously is better. But see, I'm not seeing anything really around here, and I'm looking for tracks every so often, but I'm not seeing anything. And if you end up in an area where there's just not much game, it doesn't matter how good of a hunter you are, you're just not going to find anything, because there's nothing there. But I'm looking for tracks, trying to see if I can find anything. And in the process, I'm of course getting an idea what the land is like and filling out my map, which will help. At some point, I may want to start setting up traps, but I'm going to have to make the traps. And right now, I just need food. I need something to eat because I'm starving. That fish didn't do much for me. Ooh, a squirrel. Exactly what I've been looking for. See, that fish didn't do much for me because I was already starving. I need a lot of food. Okay, that fish has gone up that squirrel has gone up into a tree. See, you can see the squirrel right there. Small squirrel. It's not very big. I'm gonna see if I can. No. Oh, Squirrels hide in trees. Oh, there he is. He's right there. See, he's right there. Let's get out my javelin. See if I can. I can't reach him. He's in the tree. Let's see if we can get him down. Throw this rock at him. Oop, where'd he go? There he is, right there. Oh, he moved. Aim for the body. Ooh, I got him right in the face. Ooh, knocked him right out. Wow, that was lucky. And I'll just stab him. Stab him in the neck. He's dead. Well, that was lucky. I could say that my hunting ritual really helped there. It's possible. See, the way that the rituals are implemented in this game is, you kind of get the feeling that maybe they do help out, but there's nothing to say for sure. I mean, sometimes you can do all the rituals and everything you want and still end up in the worst possible situation. So it's hard to say if the rituals actually do work, but it's like, why not just try them anyway? So, we got ourselves a squirrel. I'm gonna skin it and cut it up for meat. Now, the squirrel's not gonna provide much meat, but it's better than nothing. So there we go. I got 1 pound of squirrel meat and some squirrel fat. And I'm gonna take this rock because it's my lucky rock. That's the one that helped me knock down that squirrel. Is that? I think that's the same rock. Yeah, that's the rock. That's the rock that helped me knock that squirrel out. So I'd say it's a lucky rock. All right. Now I'm hungry enough. I could probably eat that squirrel just raw, but yeah, let's not do that. The food is going to be better for you if you cook it anyway. So where was it? Oh, I think this is where my shelter was. Oh crap! I don't want to lose my shelter. That's oh boy, where was it? I think it was along. Yeah, there it is, right there. Okay, so let's roast up some squirrel meat. Grab We're gonna roast up a squirrel. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just drag these tree trunks over here. I could probably just pick them up, they're not that heavy. I'm gonna start building a little firewood pile here, and then, so basically what I can do is go move one here, and let's just grab these branches. 16 twigs, put that on my firewood pile. Now I should have more proper firewood, and I can make that later. It's just that up until now I've just kind of been doing things quickly, because you know I'm starving. So that squirrel meat will take about half an hour to cook. I'm going to try to fish in the meantime. Hopefully not burn the squirrel. Oop, it's done. Roasted squirrel cut. Mmm, yummy squirrel. Alright, well that didn't do much for me, but let's see, while I'm here, I'm gonna clean that squirrel skin. Now I could probably use this squirrel fur. It's not gonna be terribly useful to me at this point, but later on it might be. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out hunting again one more time before the sun sets. Just to see if I can get anything else. But let's just whip this thing up real fast here. Use the squirrel fat as tanning material. Let me get a drink while I'm next to the river here. Alright, so that squirrel skin is tanning now. I'm going to head out. See if we could do some more hunting. Oh, now one option that I have and I'm considering at this point. Ooh, rapids. There's rapids here. Anyway, one option that I'm considering at this point is seeing if I can find one of them Nerpez patrols and see if I can kill them. If I could kill one of them, because I've got a weapon now. But see, that's really risky. Alright, there's rapids, but they're not quite... I don't think this is it. Is that rapids? See the white stuff there? That's rapids, but it's on the wrong side of the river. And rapids are really good for fishing. So yeah, it would be good for me to actually set up a little fishing camp over there, but it's just I can't get to it. So, ooh, look at that! I didn't think we're not in any cultural area. This is just a village. Oh, that's good. That's good. A village is good, and it looks like there's a field here. Let's see what's in the field.